School Morning Show right here on 92Q. And today, well, we've been telling you that we had a story that we wanted to share with you guys. It was a terrible story that happened on Friday. And, as a dad and all of us here are parents on this show. And anytime anything happens with a child here, we personally feel it on this show. And Sissy Brown, I want you to go ahead and tell them what we got on the show today.
We have the mother of Ashanti, Amber Yvette Posey, is on the line, and her daughter Ashanti was the one that was killed Thursday night, Friday morning here in Nashville. Hillsborough High School student, senior basketball player, and we have the mom. She wants to say something to you guys. Thank you, Amber, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to tell the real story of my baby.
Please do.
Well, give us the real story. Who was Ashanti as a person?
Ashanti was a family-oriented child. She was goal-focused. She was an activist at a very young age. She started a support group at her high school for young gay teens that struggled with their sexuality or didn't know how to talk to their parents about their sexuality. She let the kids know that they could always come to me, her mom, and talk to me about their problems, even if they wasn't gay. If you just needed a safe place to come and talk to. She wanted everybody to know that my mama's that mother. She will support you. She's not going to turn her back on you. She loved to be with her family. She loved to be with her siblings from Nashville to her father's side, all the way in West Tennessee. She wanted to make sure that she made everybody proud. To her AAU coaches, her AAU sisters, everybody knew they could depend on Ashanti. She was dependable, reliable, funny. She was just an amazing child.
So she was also a standout basketball player at Hillsborough. Tell us about that.
She was a standout basketball player, but, Ashanti, as much as she loved the game, she loved her academics more. She was a true student athlete. She focused on school. She could have graduated her junior year of high school, and she came to me and she said, Mama, I can graduate now. I've got all my credits. I only have one more class that I really need to take. And I said, well, Ashanti, I want you to walk with the people that you walked with from the beginning to the end. I don't want you to graduate early. So she came to me a few months later. She said, okay, I'm like literally sitting in school all day bored because I don't have any classes, Mama. I'm going to talk to, she did. She said, I'm going to talk to the principal. She said, can I get my schedule reduced? And I'm sitting here thinking, well, okay, you reduce your schedule. I'm just that mother where I don't like my kids to have idle time. I don't pressure them to do anything, but at the same time, you're not going to be in these streets. So we got to do something outside of this house besides school.
Right.
So she got her schedule reduced, and she said, okay, so I'll get out of school at 10:30. I said, so that means you'll be home by 11 every day, right? She said, yes, ma'am. If I have to stop somewhere, I'll call you and let you know, I got delayed for whatever reason. So about a week of that, Ashanti was still bored. Mama, all I do is sleep until I go get my sister from school. Can I get a second job? Ashanti, you're 17. Why do you need a second job? This is not making any sense to me. And she said, because I sleep from 11 to 3, and then I don't go to my first job, which was at Cookout, until 5 o'clock. She was like, that's 5 hours. I could be making money somewhere. So just let me get a second job. And I said, I'm going to have to pray about this. I got to talk to your village. I got to talk to your daddy. I'm going to have to pray about this. I'll let her get that second job, but because of the virus, she never started a Mission Barbecue. But she had her second job. She went through her interview. Wow. She said, I got to go back for training for 4 days. She said, so when I get out of school, I'm going to go to training, and I'll let you know when I get to the mall, and then I'll be home. But I should be able to get my sister from school if that's okay, so you don't have to leave work. I said, that's fine. She said, but if I can't, I'll let you know so you can make another arrangement. I said, okay, just keep me informed. That's it, Ashanti. Just keep me informed.
Wow. Now,
so from the basketball aspect,
go ahead,
from the basketball aspect, I know a lot of people in the media hear us calling her Ace.
Yes.
Her basketball coach, William McMillian from Lytton Middle School, gave her that nickname. My daughter was almost 6 foot. She could shoot the ball from the 3. She could block your shot. She could bring the ball down. Her coaches considered her the ace in the hole that no team ever saw coming. They didn't know what she was going to do. You couldn't put her in one position. She was a team player. She wanted to be out there on the wing, or if she needed to be under the goal, or you needed her to bring the ball down because nobody could get it across half court.
Wow.
She was the ace in the hole.
And
Nice.
that's the hashtag Forever Ace that you have,
Forever
right?
Ace.
Absolutely. That name was not given to my baby by any street. That was given to her by her basketball coach, which she loved and respected and called Pops.
Nice.
Now, speaking of the streets, there's a lot of speculation about why this happened, and I know you want to clear up some things about that. Tell us about that.
Yes. First, I want to just gracefully thank Detective Carter for speaking with me and clearing up to me that he did not release to the media that my daughter sold drugs. It was leaked by someone that my daughter trusted. And my daughter was not a street kid. I mean, a street kid doesn't work two jobs. A street
Right.
kid
Mm-hmm.
doesn't save all of their money to make sure that their little sister goes to tumbling classes so she can make the high school cheer team. Ashanti
Right.
went to Paris in October for her senior trip. I paid no money towards this trip. My daughter paid her entire way to Paris, from
Wow.
flight to hotel to spending money. She told me, she said, Mama, she said, I'll work on the weekends from 5 p.m. to 3, but you have to sign a release because I'm a minor. I said, Ashanti, I don't want you out that late. She said, but I got my cell phone. All I got to do is call you when I leave work, and when I get in the parking lot, instead of using my key, you can wake up and make sure I get in the house. Every Saturdays, from Friday to Saturday, she would work 5 to 3 to save her money. She had calculated how much more was going to be on her check that she needed to have every week so she could pay her trip off in 4 months, and she did just that.
Wow. So
Now, what about the? Go ahead, Kenny.
all of these speculations and the things that are, some people leak to the media, how are you dealing with all of this, and how can we correct this?
Keep my baby's story alive. Her friends did a memorial for her yesterday, and a lot of people ask me, where are you getting this strength from to talk to these kids? And it's my daughter moving through me. This is what Ashanti would want. Ashanti started her lock journey, her 8th grade year. And I said, Ashanti, you got a lot against you. A lot against you. You're a black woman, and you're a gay black woman, and now you have dreads. You're automatically a stereotype. When they see you, they're going to label you. She said, Mama, I don't even like people to say that I'm gay. I'm just Ashanti. The only labels I love is Polo and Jordan.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's
So
right.
I had to tell the youth yesterday, people will label these kids as bad or, can't be saved or they don't want assistance. And those labels stick to those kids.
Mm-hmm.
And being a street kid is not a label that will ever be attached to Ashanti Harris. That will never be attached to my baby's name because that's not who she was. And I'm going to make sure that everybody knows that label will be removed.
Absolutely.
Now, the coronavirus pandemic is going on right now, and I know that arrangements and things are going to be a little bit more difficult. What are you doing to get that done? And is it going to be a way that people can pay their respects or send donations or send flowers or anything for Ashanti and you and your family?
Yes, absolutely. Her father and his family in West Tennessee have been absolutely amazing since this happened. I know that I talked to you, Sissy, and Kenny, you may not have known this information, but we did lose Ashanti on Thursday. In less than 24 hours, we lost her grandmother, which was my mother's mom.
Oh, my God.
So her father and his family have been amazing and just helping me ensure that everyone gets to say something or, see Ashanti in her final resting place. So we're going to have a service on Saturday, which will allow people to come in for 2 hours. And then we're going to do an extended service on Sunday morning with her actual funeral, a 3 to 4 hour visitation. And then we'll have a private ceremony for just her immediate family.
Where will that be?
This will all be in Henderson, Tennessee, where her father's family resides.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
A whole lot.
What do you want everyone? Last words. What do you want everyone to know? Speak to the kids through Ashanti.
I want all these kids to know that these streets don't love them. You know, whether you're pulling the trigger, you're selling the dope, the streets don't love you. Every time you make a decision, it's not only impacting the victim's family, but it's impacting your family. It's double families that are always impacted when you make a decision that you feel is what you need to do. And it's not that we as parents want to control our kids. We want to guide you because we've been there, done that. We've been through what you're trying to go through, and we've paved the way so you don't have to do the things that you feel are necessary to be successful. That's why we want you to stay focused in school. That's why Ashanti was so determined, even when she started having health issues, not to let me homeschool her. She wanted to be at school. She didn't want to fall behind. You know, I just want these young kids to know that don't take the label that's put on you. Peel it off. Prove them wrong. Keep moving in the right direction and talk to your parents. You know, I know a lot of kids feel like it's hard to talk to their parents, and sometimes it is. But rejection is the first emotion to something that nobody understands. When they don't understand something, they will automatically reject it. But you have to keep trying. You have to keep talking. You have to keep expressing what is on your heart, your spirit, and your mind. And we are listening. It may take us a minute, and we may come back around and say, you know what, last Tuesday you told me this, and I reacted this way, but this is what I wanted to tell you that you should have did, or this is how I want you to handle it. And then I want you to add in what you think you should do right and come to a good decision. That just don't take on that label. Talk to your parents. My daughter didn't sneak out of the house that night. She came and asked me, could she run a friend to her house to get something?
Right.
And I said, that's fine, baby. You know, as a mom, you give them that look like, you better go there and come back. And she just kept saying, Mom, I promise I'm coming right back. I'm coming right back, Mama. It wasn't 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's no time when you really think about a day. 15 minutes. So it could happen to anyone. I just feel like our village never thought it would happen to Ashanti.
Wow.
It wasn't a wrong place, wrong time. It was just Ashanti helping a friend.
And is another police any close at all to making an apprehension?
I do not have that information. I have been in direct contact with Detective Carter. He's been amazing in letting me send him information that I'm finding out on my own because I'm going to allow the police to do their job.
Right.
But I'm a mother, and I fought for my daughter when she was on this earth, and I'm going to fight for my daughter while she's in heaven.
Amen.
I'm going to continue to help them bring these people to justice. And he's been in communication with me, and because I'm so strongly passionate about getting her story out there and about letting people know that my daughter was not a street kid, he is limiting me on the information that he's releasing to me, but I know he's working hard on this case.
All right. Well, we won't intrude on that.
Right.
I just want to say thank you for allowing us to tell the real story of Ashanti, you know, and sharing the real insight on it because, you know, people will get it twisted in a heartbeat, and we're glad to be here to untwist what's been said and let you hear from her mom. All right, so
And
you
our
heard that.
sincere condolences to you and your family.
Absolutely. And if there's anything else we can
much.
do, you know, anything else we can do on our side, you let us know. We'll be here for you. Okay.
And you have my number, so direct contact.
Absolutely. And I mean, the most that you guys can do, you have done. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on and share this information. Air it every day, replay it every day. I know this is live, but replay it every day. It may be some people that are still asleep, some youth that are still asleep that this is not going to touch right now, but I want them to hear it. If you didn't come to the memorial yesterday and hear me speak, you can go to my Facebook page. You just keep her memory alive. Listen to her story. That's the most that y'all can do for me right now. Just keep sharing her story, and long live Ace.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Amber Yvette Posey, thank you so much. And again, we are so sorry. So sorry.
Thank
Our
you so much.
condolences.
Thank you so much, and continue just to pray for my family and pray for the youth of Nashville and
We will.
pray for the police department that they do bring these kids to justice, because I do know as children, I know is whether you're 45 years old and you pull the trigger, you're still a child in my eyes because you were a coward to take a young lady out the way that you did.